Hi everyone. Thanks for clicking on the video. My name is Rob Wilkinson, and I am the lead consultant with ProfitMechanics.com. This is our first video, and so I thought the best subject for our first video would be covering my approach to the essential finance functions of for small businesses. These are functions that as small businesses grow and mature, sometimes finance can be a bit of an afterthought. Most small business owners are hyper focused on providing the best quality services and products for their customers, and sometimes what I've seen in my career is finance usually has to catch up. A company will become very operationally mature in providing products and services, but sometimes the basics of finance suffer a little bit. And so that's where I like to come in and help your company. Again, this video is very high overview of my approach, and there'll be many more videos to come where we take a deeper dive into each of these subjects. Each of these subjects alone could be a whole video series. So with that in mind, let's talk about my approach to operational finance functions. So this is my approach. You can see here um, on the left, this is the flow of operational financial function maturity, right? So as a company becomes more financially mature, uh, usually you'll see the company grow into each of these financial functions. Um, and I'm very intentional with the way this is laid out. So the core functions at the bottom have to be strong. These, you can kind of consider this the foundation of your finance department that you're building, upon which everything else stands on. And so if the foundations are strong, then you're giving yourself a better launch pad for jumping into these higher order functions. And so I really want to drill down into the core functions, and then we'll talk a little bit about the importance of how those core functions feed into financial reporting. So you can see here core functions. I've labeled three. Obviously, this very big summary here, but generally speaking, your core functions are to keep the lights on. So you want to pay your vendors, you want to collect from your clients, and you want to be able to pay your people, right? Those are the three core functions of any business. If any one of those functions suffers, then the entire company could be at jeopardy. Pay your people, pay your vendors, and get paid from your clients. So super important. The one thing I think is often overlooked by small businesses is the chart of accounts. And when I say chart of accounts, I mean the charting accounts and reporting structure within your accounting package. And so much of how that is set up will impact every single other item on this path of growth within your financial functions. So I want to drill down a little bit into it. The core functions will feed the financial statements, typically your profit and loss, your balance sheet, and your statement of cash flows, all of which are crucial for understanding how your business is doing. But then also it's crucial for planning. So budgeting and forecasting. You are going to rely heavily on your financial reporting to make sure your budgeting and forecasting for the future is accurate within reason, and that it gives you a good guide or a roadmap to what you want to do with your business. And then finally, if you have all these fundamentals down, then you can really start doing some cool stuff with general business intelligence, and then later on advanced business intelligence and automation, which we'll absolutely cover in videos to come. So drilling down into the core functions, again, we have accounts payable, billing, payroll, chart of accounts, and your reporting structure. Your accounts payable, your billing or accounts receivable, and your payroll are generally going to be handled by your various software platforms, right? So you'll be in QuickBooks, QuickBooks Online, maybe Xero, maybe a Sage product, Intact, NetSuite, that sort of thing. At the end of the day, though, you're issuing payments to your vendors, and you can use third-party plugins. We'll get into that in later videos as well. But again, it's the core function of paying your vendors. And then, of course, collecting from your clients, your billing functions. And so again, typically you're going to issue your invoices out of your accounting package. And then you can leverage third-party payment solutions like Square or Stripe or QuickBooks. QuickBooks Payments is a really nice product if you're working within QuickBooks, where you can collect your money from your clients in a very streamlined manner. And then, of course, your payroll. Payroll, you can use QuickBooks Payroll. You could use a PEO platform like ADP, or you can use what I consider a way more flexible non-PEO product like Paylocity or the various others on the market. Again, that'll be another video down the road. But then, most importantly, I would say, is your chart of accounts and reporting structure, because your chart of accounts and your reporting structure is going to determine how all of these transactions are recorded. And so why is that important? Well, typically when I work with a new business, they've usually been in business for a few years, and they started off maybe on QuickBooks, and they'll have like 3 or 4 years of historical records, but you'll kind of see the evolution of the chart of accounts being a reaction to new lines of business or maybe business growth, that sort of thing, instead of like an intentional architected approach. And that's fine, because as a small business, you want to focus on providing superior products and services for your clients. It's not a knock on small business owners that the finance function takes a back seat during the first few years of operation. It would be irresponsible not to focus on your products and services. But there comes a point where you grow to a certain size, and then you'll begin to start feeling the pain of maybe not having this set up as intentionally as you could. And so what does a chart of accounts or intentional reporting structure do for you? Well, it leads into the next step, which is financial reporting, generating your income statements, your balance sheets, and your statement of cash flows. Being able to run income statements by your major lines of businesses is going to depend on how your classes, how your departments, how your locations are set up in your accounting product or platform, how your inventory is managed. All of that's going to feed into your income statement. All of that's going to feed into your balance sheet. All of that's going to feed into your statement of cash flows. And I'm sure you've all heard the saying, garbage in, garbage out. I prefer the saying quality in, quality out. Because if you have a thoughtful, intentional chart of accounts and reporting structure, you're going to set yourself up to have very insightful financial statements. They're going to help you on the next steps for forecasting and budgeting, and then also your business intelligence functions. So you want to be able to run reports quickly, and a good reporting structure will do that for you. You don't want to have to spend hours running expense reports, pulling data out into Excel, managing it. No, you want an accounting platform where your reporting structure lets you very quickly run a profit and loss by segment, customer, line of business, you name it. And not only does that help you make decisions that are based on quality data, but it also saves you and your staff so much time. And it frees you up to work on growing the business instead of being caught up working in the business, which is crucial. So again, I think this is something that a lot of new business owners overlook, but I can't overstate the importance of your chart of accounts and how that has an impact on every single other finance function that comes down the road from that point on. So it's definitely something we can all be intentional about, and it's something that maybe you've been running your business for 3-4 years. Um, you may need a hard reset. We may need to come in and say, okay, let's start from scratch. We'll import your historical, translate it to the new chart of accounts, but let's get you a clean, fresh slate, and let's get you set up in a position where you can benefit from all of the qualitative and quantitative benefits a clean, thoughtful reporting structure is going to bring to your business. Sometimes it's possible to work with what you have. If it's not so bad, maybe you do a little tweaking of your historicals to translate them to the new chart of accounts, but you're not, starting over from scratch. And so this is one of the things that we can help you with at Profit Mechanics. We do free consultations, and this is a semi-structured process. I do have a list of things. I want to get in. I want to learn about your environment. I want to learn about what systems you're using. I want to learn about your business, what's important to you, what are your what's the data you need to be able to make data-driven decisions. But then it's also a conversation. What are your pain points? Where do you feel you could be doing better? And then I'll assess. I'll do a summary, and I'll put it in front of you and say, look, this is what I think would most impact your business going forward. And if I can't demonstrate a tangible return on your investment within the first quarter, then we'll shake hands and thank you for the opportunity. But I'm confident that we'll find a way to either refine or overhaul your chart of accounts, your accounting packages, and your financial functions in a way that's going to save you time, it's going to save you money, and it's going to allow you and your people to focus on growing your business and not get caught up on manual reporting, slow data flow, and all for a very efficient cost. You'd be amazed what you can do with the Microsoft 365 license. For $40 a month, you have access to amazing tools, SharePoint, Power BI, Power Automate, and those are the subjects we're going to cover in later videos. But it all starts back at that foundation, having a strong chart of accounts, making sure that you are providing quality data in so that you can get that quality data and insights out of your system in a way that's not going to take you hours and hours of grinding away in Excel. So if that's something you'd be interested in, please reach out. My email here is robert@profitmechanics.com. No obligation, no pressure. If I send you the scope of work and you're not interested and I never hear from you again, hey, that's fine. I thank you for the opportunity. I'm not an aggressive follow-upper. So, again, I respect people's time and space and decisions. The other thing, too, is if you feel more comfortable, I'm also an advanced certified pro advisor on QuickBooks Online. And so if you'd like, you can contact me through my pro advisor profile that's been certified by Intuit, and the link to that profile will be in the description below. So please reach out. I'd love to work with you. I'd love to see how I could help your business save time, money, and start planning for growth instead of being reactionary. And I think we could really help your business go to the next level. So please reach out, and I look forward to working with you and learning about how we can help your business grow.